Hey everybody, welcome to Kind of Epic Show Classics. I'm doing an intro for this one. I don't know if I'll do an intro for all of them. I might not. Anyways, I'll at least do one for this. This is episode 1. Kind of Epic Show episode 1. Going back over 2 years ago. I don't even remember what we talk about because I didn't re-listen to it. I'm going to. But I didn't. And then I'm going to upload it to this YouTube page in which you're getting it right now. So that's kind of funny. Anyways, I'm David West. I hope you enjoy the first episode of Kind of Epic Show. First ever episode of Kind of Epic Show. There you go, yeah. Hopefully you make it through this. It might be bad. I don't know, I haven't listened to it in a very long time. How are we going to introduce ourselves?
I've got something on mine.
Do you? All right. Let me hear it.
What? No, I'm serious. We just gotta hit record, and then all the shit that seriously, the Nerdist. Oh, we're already on.
We're already on.
You motherfucker! All right. So wait, I already shit. But yeah, what I was about to say is like the first 10 minutes of like every Nerdist podcast is them sitting around talking about the sound equipment. But
yes, we're already on, David.
Okay. Hi. Welcome to a kind of epic podcast. My name is David.
And I'm David.
So we're not going to use each other's names just for the clarity's sake. Hopefully you can tell the difference between our voices.
Hopefully. Who knows?
Okay. So this podcast is basically around just because... Gee, this is just awkward now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
See, this is why we should have stuff planned out.
But see, even if it was planned out, it would still probably be awkward. Like, we wouldn't...
The audience needs to know who we are.
Oh, I see.
They don't know us. They don't have a reason to be listening.
But how many people do you think are actually going to be listening to this?
Who knows? Who knows? I have like 40,000 YouTube followers. Not really, but viewers. People who have viewed my stuff. So that's a...
What's the subscriber count, though?
Like 30.
There you go.
But still.
You've had 40,000 people look at it, but only 30 of them
have subscribed. Yeah, look up Kind of Epic Films on YouTube. We got some pretty sweet stuff. And Kind of Epic Show.
So anyway, yeah. We're pretty much, hopefully, depending on our schedules, we're probably just going to come over to my place on a weekendly basis.
Because I still live with my parents.
So, yeah, I'm the only one with the place. Here, once a week, we'll turn this on for an hour. We'll talk about shit, see what the fuck happens. Can I curse?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Please do.
Okay.
You fat-ass motherfucker.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. See?
But,
and you know what's funny? He's actually a lot smaller than me.
What? Oh, I see.
Because I'm fat and I just called you a fat motherfucker.
See, I didn't really think you were trying to insult me. I thought you were just cursing for the sake of cursing.
I was.
Okay.
I like to curse.
Alright. So,
Twat burglar?
Teenage Mutant Alien Turtles.
Yes. Sodomization? Is that a word?
I'm not sure. Probably. It sounds kind of good.
I'm going to use it.
It's something I would probably put into paper to see if it would work. But, did you see that video by, it was on the Bendis board. These two guys made...
Okay.
They made a video, and they were basically insulting Bay the entire time. It was like a news thing, I guess, that's probably done a lot. But at the end of it, they started doing the rap at the end of Turtle. Actually,
Vanilla Ice's ninja rap?
No, not Vanilla Ice's. From the first movie, where during the credits it goes to you.
Okay.
Power to you are.
I got MC Hammer.
Hold on. No, it's on MC Hammer. Hold on,
sure?
I think I have it on Spotify. Hold on, let me.
Now there's just blankness. You know what bugs me about that song though? They mentioned Raphael as the leader of the crew, and that bugs the hell out of me. It unbelievably bugs the hell out of me.
Okay, let's see how this works.
Did it say it was by?
Deja Vu.
Huh.
I don't know what the fuck they are.
I don't know either.
Yeah, they were fucking rapping to this.
T-U-R-T-L-E power. T-U-R-T-L-E power.
So yeah, they were rapping to that, and then they said, "Fuck you, babe. We actually know the rap." But yeah, the alien thing, I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that thinks, I mean, they're already being mutated by an alien substance, anyways.
Yeah, and I mean, I could get by with the Utroms.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you can. Aliens have always been a part of the turtles for the most part, so I can deal with that. And even if they were to go to the weird reincarnation route of the current book, I'd even be all right with that to explain why they know martial arts.
Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting way to do that. Especially, like, when the story arc starts, you're kind of going, oh, how the hell it's only been 15 months, and they've already mastered ninjutsu, so that was a really nice way of dealing with that. But, yeah, it's just, the problem with making them aliens is the whole contrast that's set up with the turtles with being weird, mutated freaks, but they still act like people. They exist in our society, and they're affected by our society. And they're basically, regular teenagers. That's the point. And if they're aliens from another planet, then they're not that anymore. And I think that takes away something from the character. I mean, in all honesty, we haven't seen it. We don't know what the fuck they're actually doing. So bitching about it's kind of annoying. If it wasn't for the fact that it was Michael Bay, and Michael Bay does not have the best track record for a lot of things.
Not at all. He needs to go back to Bad Boys.
Yeah, I read somewhere, somebody made a good point where basically he took Transformers, which was a metaphor for an energy crisis. That was the theme behind Transformers, and just made it about robots fighting. I mean, for the most part. He took away...
robots fighting can be fun.
Well, yeah, but he took away substance.
Yeah.
He took away meaning from it. In a way, it's just so yeah. I'm not too happy about that.
Even though, I mean, say what you will, a couple of the Transformer movies were decent.
Yeah, the first and third one were fun to watch, but the second one,
yeah. So, how much does the age of the turtles actually mean to you?
The age of the turtles?
Yeah, if they're not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're not teenagers anymore.
I think that goes against what they're supposed to be. And also, it just... When the Turtles were created, they were a satire. They were established as a satire. And I'm almost afraid that Michael Bay is going to miss the point of that and make them what they were supposed to be making fun of in the first place. So...
And I mean, both of us, we're 23. We were growing up in the prime of the Turtles for the most part, the early 90s. Okay, yeah, we were both born in 88. They came out in 84. But,
well, with the cartoon.
With the cartoon, the movies and whatnot, we were that right age for the Turtles. And do you think this will keep people of our age from going to the movie?
Probably not, because... It would, depending...
Because I know we'll both be there.
Yeah, we'll both be there. It's... I don't know. I think it just depends on how cool of a trailer they're actually able to put together. I think, depending on how they market it, will have people go see it. It'll do better than the cartoon movie that came out, because I don't really think that did well, just because...
It made its money back.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't know what that was.
But they probably would have made more money if it was live action. I think it being a cartoon kind of, I don't know, pushed people away from it.
Yeah.
But,
speaking of live action, would you prefer the Turtles to be in suits or...
Well, from the sounds of it, they're going to be suits.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No.
I had heard rumors about, like...
CGI,
kind of like Weta. I mean, I would be completely fine if Weta was doing them, but I would prefer the classic like Jim Henson turtle suits from the first movie.
Yeah, I think there's at least I thought they were doing suits.
Oh, I've heard both. Unclear, but even in the original movies, okay, the Jim Henson Company did the first one, and I'm not sure about the second one. I know it's dedicated to him.
Yeah, they did.
But in that third one, they just looked cheap.
Was it the Jim Henson Company, the third one?
I don't believe so.
And that is why we have laptops open.
And we have dead air.
Yes, this is dead air.
This is dead air, David.
That David will edit out. Later.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Or he'll leave it in because this is a little funny.
Because we don't know what we're doing. We're going to be quite honest.
Let's see. Yeah, TMT, Jim Henson.
I could just pause it.
You could just no, leave it.
Oh, leave it? All right.
Okay. Live action film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and its sequel. So
Sequel.
Yeah. Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Yeah, they didn't do the third one.
That's why I said it looked cheap.
Wow. Why didn't they go with Jim Henson? That's weird.
I have no idea.
I mean, they already had the suits.
Even though the suits had changed from the first to the second one too.
Yeah, but even though you already had a company that was established with doing it.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I mean, I don't know. Unless Jim Henson Company didn't want to do it at that point.
Possibly. I mean, what were they doing at the time? The dinosaurs?
Yeah, I think that was the next one. That looks.
I know Muppets Tonight wasn't until later, but
yeah, Dinosaurs is after Turtles, and then it goes Babe. Oh, they did Babe.
I didn't know that. I might want to go back and rewatch Babe.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's really good because you don't really.
I haven't watched Babe since the '90s, so I can't really.
Yeah, they did Babe, Dr. Dolittle.
Did Dr. Dolittle?
Looney Tunes Back in Action. I don't know what the hell Animal Farm is. They did the Tiger and the Hangover. On Where the Wild Things Are. Did you see Where the Wild Things Are?
No, I haven't.
What?
I really haven't.
That's.
When did it come out?
God, I want to say. I think I was still in California.
So I was probably still in Florida at the time.
I think it was the fall before I moved back.
Okay.
So I think you were back by then.
Okay.
So
possibly.
I think still having you.
I know it came out on DVD after I got back.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was. I don't know.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. We own the DVD too. I just haven't watched it.
You own it and you haven't seen it?
Yeah.
That's strange. That's a beautiful film, though. I mean, it's.
Nothing's really got me interested in watching it. I didn't really care for
I mean, I didn't really care for the book, but if you look at the trailer is amazing.
Now that I know it's Jim Henson, I probably will. Just how I've been forcing myself to watch The Storyteller on Netflix.
What's that? Jim
Henson's Storyteller. It's a show on Netflix.
What's the show about, David?
I've watched like the first episode, so I don't really know.
Okay, that sounds like a great show.
John Hurt's in it.
Oh.
Yeah, John Hurt's the storyteller. And for those of you that don't know who John Hurt is, like my odd parents, he had an alien burst through his chest in Alien. That's what I recognize him most.
He was in Hellboy, wasn't he? He was
Yeah, he was in Hellboy, I think. Was he?
Yeah, he was I forgot the fuck.
The professor?
Yeah, the professor guy in charge of it. The Xavier of the Hellboy.
Speaking of Hellboy and connecting back to Turtles, the Turtles infestation. Mm-hmm. I totally kept wanting Hellboy to pop up. Even the artwork seemed similar to Mignola.
Yeah, I liked the blockiness of it.
Yeah.
Really matched, that sort of tone that Mignola likes to set up in his work. But he's actually going to draw again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now that... do you know what happened to Hellboy?
I know he died.
There you go, yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I know he died. Quotation marks.
Well, yeah, but Mignola's doing the next miniseries with Hellboy. He's writing and doing the art.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. I'll pick it up again.
Yeah. Why'd you stop?
I don't know. I get so many shitty books. I don't know. Or shitty by your standards. But... I don't know.
What did you get this week?
This week?
Yeah.
Oh, I've kept some of them in my pool box. And I guess this is a perfect time to plug our comic book store, Comic Book University, out of Indianapolis.
Well, it's not my store, but
Yeah,
It's a good
it's your
store.
store. You go there on a weekly basis. You might not buy anything, but you go on a weekly basis.
yeah, I get my comics from a direct comic book service, which is highly discounted compared to regular comic book stores, and they still ship it to me on a weekly basis.
Well, here's my pull for this week. Granted, I did leave books in my pool because I'll probably be in there tomorrow, and since I still live with my father, hopefully he'll pay for them.
David's really about making himself sound good on this podcast.
Oh, totally.
All right, so you got Infestation. We talked about that.
Infestation 2, Turtles.
Uncanny X-Men.
Uncanny X-Men, which I haven't read yet.
Now, this Uncanny X-Men is the one where, well, you got the Avengers versus X-Men crossover that's happening next month. And this is supposed to be like the last time the Avengers and the X-Men sort of team up on friendly base. I'm friendly. Oh, for the love of God. Friendly terms. Thank you.
Can I pause you for a second? Does this clearly take place after Children's Crusade?
I don't know. Yeah.
So they've already been at odds in Children's Crusade, and
You kind of have to wait for this. I mean, this is a to be continued, so you got to wait until the end to see where
it's going. Okay.
Yeah. And I would think, I think this does take place after Children's Crusade, because Children's Crusade started, I think it was before the Schism, before Wolverine and Cyclops. Before Wolverine and Cyclops had their big fight and split the X-Men in two and stuff. Children's Crusade started because that Magneto went off to find his grandchildren at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this takes place after Children's Crusade.
Okay.
For people who care. But yeah.
At New York Comic Con, we got to talk to the writer of Uncanny X-Men, and if you're not reading any of his books, definitely please check out Uncanny X-Men and Journey into Mystery.
Especially Journey into Mystery.
He's such an amazing guy, and again, you can see that interview on our YouTube page.
So the next one is an Avengers prelude to doing for the movie called Fury's Big Week, which is going through the previous Marvel movies that have come out, Iron Man, Hulk, Cap, and Thor, and showing you where they actually fall in continuity. And it's a fun read. It's kind of interesting to see Agent Coulson in the comic book finally. But yeah, so let's see. That was a pretty shitty issue of Green Lantern Corps.
Green Lantern Corps 7. Evidently, it's a pretty shitty issue.
Well, it's just fucking filler.
That's kind of odd.
It's filler, and it's like, I don't know, it's dealing with Jon Stewart having to kill that one guy.
Mogo?
Not Mogo. He killed another Lantern during torture.
Oh,
while he was in
yeah.
And it's him dealing with that, and the whole thing just felt really false to me. Like, I don't know, I didn't care about anything that was happening in that book.
Well, I already know you don't like New Guardians because of the artist.
Yes, Tyler Kirkham sucks.
Well, if by some chance he's listening to this, if that were to ever happen, I like it, kind of.
My opinion is that I don't enjoy your art, sir.
All right. Next up is Batman.
Badass.
You read it?
Yes.
Now, is it directly leading into Night of the Owls?
Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, look at that. That's awesome.
That is awesome. It's a big owl grabbing a bat.
The comic basically starts off with that scene from Batman Year One, where
yeah, it is.
Well, yeah,
That.
where Bruce
pointing that out to me.
where Bruce, after a night of going out onto the town trying to, I don't know, investigate the criminals of Gotham, he got the shit beat out of him. Because at that point he hadn't figured out how to strike fear into anything. So he's sitting there in his manor, he's dying, and he sees a bat. And the bat breaks through the window, and that's what inspires him to be Batman. So what this scene does is that it follows the bat out of the window. And during the story arc, Batman's gotten the living shit beat out of him by the assassin of the Court of Owls, which apparently is like the Illuminati of Gotham or something. So as this bat is flying out the window, it's going into the woods, and this giant fucking owl comes out of nowhere and like hooks it on its claws, and it's a gorgeous piece of art. Yeah. But yeah, and Nightwing. I haven't read Nightwing, so I don't.
Oh, you haven't read Nightwing?
No, I don't get that one. But I
you
heard.
should.
Well, I heard that it ties in like
Do you want
Acme
to borrow Nightwing?
No, I'm probably good.
Okay.
But yeah, for people who really like a lot of continuity in their books, Nightwing syncs up really well with Batman #7.
Do you know which one I should read first?
I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't read Nightwing. I know why they sync up well.
Okay.
Because they
Well,
basically
here they
have
are
the
on the
same
back page.
conversation,
Okay.
but one's from Batman's point of view and one's from Nightwing's.
Okay.
I think...
I didn't see that bitch slap from Batman to Nightwing in Batman.
No, it's in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say read Batman first.
So read Batman first?
Yeah.
Well, that scene's at the end of Nightwing. Maybe I should just read Nightwing.
Well, it's just like I know Nightwing kind of zones out during the conversation Batman's trying to have with him. So if you
okay.
read Batman first, you get the full conversation. Then you get Nightwing's point of
Gotcha,
view of it.
gotcha.
So yeah,
Right on. And then the Invincible Iron Man.
very very impressive writing by Matt Fraction. He's pulling some tricks Alan Moore did in Watchmen, where there's I don't know. He's juxtaposing conversations against action scenes, and sort of the same way like when Moore had the pirate comic section of Watchmen, and like the newsman would be talking about something, it would reflect on the comic, or the comic would be reflecting on something in the real world. It's very very actually smart writing by Fraction.
I don't know. I've had issues reading Iron Man on a weekly basis. It's definitely a slow burn for me. I think I would probably enjoy it better reading it as a whole instead of month by month. Just because it always feels like nothing's happening to me. Like,
Yeah, I remember you bitching about the car.
yeah, like the 12-issue story arc where he's building a goddamn car the entire
I
time.
don't think it was that long.
It was like 8, maybe.
It was long, but I enjoyed it just because it was, a fascinating look at somebody who's actually trying to progress technology in a somewhat realistic manner. I mean, yeah, he's using repulsor technology, which obviously doesn't exist, but it's him still trying to change the world. Something wrong with the...
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
They were hurting my ears.
But yeah, I mean, Fraction's Invincible Iron Man, if I had to pick up just 5 books a month, it would be one of the 5.
One of the 5?
Yeah.
All right, next on the list is let's go Justice League #7.
That's probably the best issue of the entire series so far.
Right on. How was the Shazam backup?
Not what you think. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about it because the twist is kind of awesome.
All right.
It pissed off like old Shazam fans, but
Well, I've never been a fan of Shazam, so if they can make me a fan of Billy Batson, if it is Billy Batson,
it is.
okay, then I'm all right with it.
Have you ever read Jeff Smith's Shazam
No, I
thing?
haven't.
That was
I
good.
haven't.
That was, well, it's definitely the best Captain Marvel thing I've ever read.
I think the only thing I somewhat enjoyed of Captain Marvel was that like his stuff when he was in Day of Vengeance for that little bit, way back before Infinite Crisis.
Years ago.
Huh?
What was that? 06? Is that what that was? What year that was?
06, 05, something like that. Yeah.
It was 05.
It was 05?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was basically my second year of getting comic books.
That makes you feel old.
It does make me feel old.
When Bendis announced that he was dropping off of the Avengers earlier this year,
Yeah.
and it was revealed that what was like 8 years or something has been on the book.
Oh man, that's one of actually the first issue I ever bought of Avengers was his first issue.
Yeah, I think the same for me too.
Johns was on it before him, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Like right
I
before?
never read it.
I hear bad things.
Well,
Actually.
no, I didn't. I wasn't reading it at the time, but I went
Yeah.
back and read it.
I hear bad things.
The first arc wasn't too good, but there's one where I forgot what the hell it was called. I don't want to tell you what it's about because if you read it, It's part of the fun if you...
I don't know if I will ever read it. I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind it because, I mean, I don't think I've read anything of Jeff Johns outside from DC. But...
Well, I think... I'm not going to say anything about that one because half the fun is seeing how Johns laid out the clues of who the big villain is.
Okay.
And you going, oh! So, I'm going to leave that one.
And then...
I'll have to figure out what arc it was.
And then after he leaves, the Scarlet Witch just fucks everything up. All right.
Yep. Even though she's back, and apparently that was Doctor Doom's.
What?
Yeah. Then, Children's Crusade, issue 8, I think it was 7 or 8, Doc Doom basically states that Wanda's freakout was of his doing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused there for a second. Yeah. Even though I thought it was... At the time, wasn't it Quicksilver? Like, how... I'm confused.
No, Quicksilver did House of M. He incited that.
Okay.
But Doc Doom incited Wanda's original...
Okay, meltdown.
Yeah.
All right, the last book on my pull for today was The Amazing Spider-Man. Ends of the Earth.
It's not the best slot issue.
Oh, I had high hopes for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes slots Spider-Man bugs me a little bit.
Really?
Just because of the tone, I suppose. It's a little too over the top in a way.
That's one of the things I've enjoyed most about his run is it's fun. Like, it's one book I can go to on bi-weekly basis and know I will enjoy.
Well, it's just, I don't know. I guess I just enjoy the more natural tone of like Ultimate Spider-Man or something. Mm-hmm. Where, I don't know, he seems less... The writing just seems more real. Mm-hmm. This one seems more like comic book writing from like the 60s or
All right,
something.
what do you think of the 2-issue storyline that wrapped up right before this with the time travel aspect?
I didn't like that one that much, really.
I thought it was a load of fun. I loved him trying to make sure that the events didn't unfold.
It's just...
And I loved how they were like, okay, that's just because you weren't here for a day. I loved that part of it, that they didn't really change time at all because he just came back, but that's what the world would have been like if he was gone for a day.
It's an interesting concept, but I didn't like the execution of it. The execution, I thought, was a little haphazard. Like, I don't know, sometimes I look at, like, Slott's writing, and he doesn't really do anything with the panel work. He doesn't do anything interesting.
See, I don't pay attention to the panel work. Like, that's... Except if I'm reading, like, Batwoman or something like that. It's just a gorgeous book all around.
It's just that sometimes, like, the Spider-Man action scenes are kind of boring. They're either just big splashes, and then there's, like, I don't know, like, panels that show various things happening, but in some way there's no flow between the panels that really makes any real sense. They're just... I kind of wish I had my copy of Understanding Comics out so I can... Because, like, Scott McCloud sets up, there's, like, 6 different types.
Maybe that's why I enjoy comic books more than you.
Because I read Scott McCloud. I try to understand what makes them work.
When I just read them for the sheer fun of reading.
Let's see. Red Zone. That's the book. That's the Jeff Johns book I was trying to...
Okay.
Yeah. Need to read Red Zone.
Do you own it?
No, I don't. You get it from the library or something.
My library card's expired.
Yeah, new one.
Okay.
Why do you get a new one in the first place?
Because I like mine because I've had it since kindergarten. And it's sentimental.
You can still keep the old one. You can still keep the old useless one. Just get a new one.
Oh. But I liked it because up until like last year I could still use it. And it was just kind of... I don't know. It was a good feeling.
It was a good feeling.
It makes me feel old.
But, yeah, okay, it looks like Johns wrote for Arch. World Trust is his first one. That one's kind of interesting. It puts the Avengers in charge of the world. Like, there's a world crisis in the United Nations for emergency purposes, puts them in charge. But it's an interesting idea, but then nothing's really done with it. Everything starts focusing more on them trying to fix the world, or try to get the world back to normal instead of the emergency or whatever the hell it was exactly. But instead of actually seeing them trying to govern the world, trying to there's no politics to it.
So, okay. With what you described, it kind of, from what you described at least, it kind of reminds me of what Hickman's doing with the Future Foundation. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Well, you said like trying to fix the world, and I'm kind of
no. What
by that.
The Avengers are put in charge of the world governments, or at least in charge of the UN.
Okay.
Because of an emergency that's happened, like it was something really big. I think like a shit ton of the population disappeared or something. But instead of actually dealing with the politics of trying to govern the world from that position, everything. Oh, sorry. Shit, now I lost my train of thought.
He was hitting the table and it was shaking the microphone. So if you guys just get. Yeah, that's him hitting the table because he's a dumbass.
Sorry.
The mic's just wobbling back and forth. I'm like, yeah, that's probably picking up.
Probably, yeah. Next time we should get headphones for this. Like, do you have like headphones?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I need to get a pair.
And when I say headphones, I mean, I made the gesture to David so he understood what the fuck I was talking about, but obviously you're not going to be able to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the headphones that actually cover your ear.
Yeah,
You look professional, not like the buds you get in an iPod, which is what David's using. Even though he had them off.
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Hit the table. Hit the table. Yeah, that's really loud. All right. Awesome. That's fantastic. Wow.
I have to go back and listen to that and see.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't sound too bad on playback. Maybe it was just a combination of hearing it in the headphones and like that. So
Maybe.
yeah, maybe it's just a combination. Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
So that's my weekly pull list.
Yeah.
What do you get that I didn't?
On.
Or is the 15 minutes we spent on this enough?
No. Hold on. I have it over here. All right.
Hey, listeners, just so you know, David doesn't like fun.
I like fun.
Hopefully you could hear that. He says he likes fun.
What did I get?
Some of us think he's a bit pretentious when it comes to his comic books.
I don't like wasting fucking money.
No, that's why you get them at discount.
Okay, so see anything different? Avengers Extinction. I got that. David didn't.
No, because I think Jeff Lowe's a piece of garbage. Why
Yeah.
Spidey in his black costume?
That was part of the problem. Like, this is in the Acme Comics podcast, and they have their own store in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so they're retailers, and they think this is the worst cover of the year, mainly because Spider-Man's in his symbiote costume for some reason, Wolverine's in his X-Force costume for some reason.
Well, the X-Force costume kind of makes sense. I mean,
but
he
neither
wears
of them,
it
they're
from
not
time to time.
wearing them in the issue.
Then yes, why are they wearing it?
I don't know. And same like the Colossus thing,
The Colossus.
but it's Cable.
Yeah, I know.
But people are gonna look at that and be like,
That's Colossus. Yeah.
where the fuck is Colossus?
Except Colossus is currently Juggernaut.
Some people were thinking that this was actually a cover from when McGinnis was doing Red Hulk.
Oh my god, I can totally see that. I can totally see
And
that.
that's where the costumes are different.
And then you just recolored the Hulk. Oh my god, I can totally see that. Wow. I mean, I know they do that when they recolor like Turner covers from quite a bit, which bugs the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, that totally does look. Wow.
See, the next book I got was part 11 of the Fearless Fear Itself miniseries.
Now, how is that? I've kind of stopped reading it like issue 5.
That's good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's nothing like, holy shit, this is fantastic. But
It just didn't seem like it was a must read. Like I was reading it and I was just like, there's nothing pulling me back here.
It's fun. I mean, right now it's got that big. That's actually, you know how Odin has his own destroyer.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
what-
That's what that is.
Yeah, that's the serpents,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's armed with all of the hammers that the worthy were using.
Wow, that seems badass.
I know, and now all the Avengers are in the book trying to
Oh.
fight the damn thing. So.
So
No,
it's like Fear itself too.
My only complaint about it is that it's a bi-weekly book.
Which is kind of the reason I stopped getting it. Is just
But yeah, it's a
Wow.
bi-weekly book, so it has 2 artists on it to cope with the schedule. And it goes from Mark Bagley to Paul Pelletier. And
yeah, he's a
and-
good guy. I like him.
yeah, I normally like his art, but I think okay. So it's a bit of a weird transition between him and Bagley's art because they change inkers too.
Mm.
And I think I'm getting to the point where I don't like Danny Mickey on inking anything.
Isn't he the one that also did Assembled?
Yeah, he did the inking on Mark Bagley for on Avengers Assemble, which came out last
week.
But this time Bagley's doing the art, and the ink is by Andy Lanning on the Bagley portion.
Okay.
And Bagley looks good in this book,
Mhm.
but Pelletier doesn't look good.
Because you think
Yeah,
it's
I think it's just I don't know.
I really
It
liked
looks like
Paul-
a messy. It looks all scratchy and shit.
yeah, it kind of does.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I really liked Paul on Guardians of the Galaxy, but you said you weren't reading any of the Annihilation stuff when it was coming out.
And he was really good on McDuffie's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the only detraction from the book I have. I guess is that particular inker. He's not that good. Mark Millar, Super Crooks.
And
I almost think I would really have to recommend waiting for the trade on this one.
right on.
Mainly just because there wasn't a lot to the first issue. It set up a couple of the characters, but not even like the whole group that's supposed to do this crime in Spain is together yet. It's very slow.
Were all the characters in it or no?
They were hinted at the end.
Okay.
Of the, like cliffhanger.
Well, for me, Mark Millar has dipped in quality
Yeah,
quite a bit. Like, I mean, I didn't even finish Kick-Ass 2,
I did.
which is right there.
And it was awesome.
I'll probably go back and pick it up. I'll find out where I left off. I think issue 4 or something like that. I don't remember.
But yeah, it was really funny watching Kick-Ass and Motherfucker fight because there's like a whole crowd of people surrounding them, and they seriously just start like sort of wimpy fighting each other. I mean, it gets more aggressive, but that was pretty funny. And Hit Girl is badass. Of
Yeah.
course.
Now, her miniseries that's coming out takes place between 1 and 2, correct?
Yes.
Right on.
So Turtles, Batman, Core, Justice League, Wonder Woman. You're not getting.
I'm not getting Wonder Woman. I've never been a fan of Wonder Woman.
Have you read any of this?
No, I've never been a fan of the character.
This is part of me was worried that you won't like it though. Because I was about to say that the artwork reminds me of Chris Samney. We had arguments about.
I looked through the art of issue 1, and I did dig the art, which was one of the reasons I would have gotten the book.
But yeah, I would recommend it just because Azzarello does some very neat interpretations of the Greek gods.
Yeah,
Like
and I like Brian.
that's Eros, the god of love,
Interesting. That's definitely interesting.
and that's Hermes. Did you hear what they did to Diana's backstory in this?
No, but her backstory has been hard to follow for the past couple of years since Straczynski just redid it.
She's the daughter of
Before.
Zeus now.
Okay. How does that work?
Well, like instead of being born of clay, like she's supposed to be, which is the lie her.
I forgot about that.
yeah. Instead of being made from the earth and stuff, and
That's why she's a perfect looking woman.
But yeah, like
Except she doesn't make sandwiches.
Zeus came down. And
Sorry,
slept.
that was a joke.
Zeus came down and slept with Hippolyta, and Hippolyta gave birth to Diana. Damn it! Sorry. Okay,
He was hitting the table again.
but shit. What are you doing?
Not at the table, Carlos.
But so yeah, now she's the daughter of Zeus, and the reason that her mother lied about it was because Zeus's wife, what's her name? Son of a Hera. Hera, she's very.
I thought you said Para. I was like, I think you might get that wrong. It's Hera.
Yeah, Hera. Hera is a very jealous bitch, and kind of goes after Zeus's illegitimate children. So yeah, right now Wonder Woman's kind of in a war against Hera, and it's all pretty fucking badass.
Right on.
You should have seen. I wish I had last issue had Hades and Poseidon in it, and Poseidon is like this giant fucking squid thing. It was awesome looking.
Interesting. Is that Hephaestus?
Yes.
Cool. I know my Greek gods. Took Latin. I took 2 years of Latin. Can't speak it, but I mean, who does anyway? So, what else? We just saw The Hunger Games.
Yes, that was very, very well done. Let's just say spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't seen the movie or hasn't read the book, even though most people have probably read the book.
Except for this guy.
Except for Tubby over here. But he liked the book. He liked the movie.
I
He
loved
hasn't
the
read
movie.
book.
I thought the movie had my attention the entire time. And yeah, the entire time I was kind of waiting for this game to start.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like a, all right, I'm bored sort of waiting. It was like, oh wow, this is really interesting. I can't wait to I was fully engaged in this entire process leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely going to make me go back and read the books if I ever get time.
Yeah, he bought the Game of Thrones series recently and the giant monoliths that those are. And I'm curious to see how long.
I haven't even opened it.
I've got the first one. I'm a little busy right now to try to read it. But
I'm not even that busy, and I'm just like, it's a lot of reading.
But yeah, The Hunger Games, it was a really well done movie. I think the thing they pulled off the best, and because it's a movie, they're able to escape the first person narrative that the books are kind of trapped with. Like when Rue dies, she's from District 11, and Katniss, the main character of The Hunger Games, kind of gives her a little a funeral service during the games, and District 11, where Rue is from, is watching this. And it sort of inspires them to go into a rebellion, something you only hear about after Katniss is out of the games. But seeing that juxtaposed with the death was really interesting to see and watch, and I thought that was easily the best segment of the movie for me.
Yeah, definitely. When she made the gesture to the camera, and you just saw what I'm assuming is Rue's father just break down and start fighting pretty much. It was to me, even though I went into it not knowing anything, it was just such a powerful moment that I was not expecting. I really don't know where I'm going with what I was saying, but what I'm saying was it was a powerful moment, and I am giving it to David here.
Another thing that I guess the movie is good about. I mean, I've read the books, so I already kind of know what's going on through Katniss's mind, like during the events of the story. But David was managed to pick up like the subtle media manipulation that the subtle media manipulation. God damn it! I was hitting the goddamn table again. So, yeah, the subtle media manipulation that Katniss and Peeta kind of did, well, less Peeta at a certain point, but Katniss does to get the audience on her side, is something that is clearly stated in the book, but may have not have made it through for the movie. But David managed to pick it up, and he's fairly intelligent. So I thought that did a good.
Thanks. I only have a college education, unlike somebody.
But so yeah, it was a good movie. I love the way, like, even that scene where she was tripped out on the bee stings.
Yeah.
Like when she, her house was falling down and getting put back. It was
It was definitely an interesting way to show backstory.
yeah.
I kind of I clearly knew her father was a minor just from the photo, and I was like, all right, that's neat. I thought they were going to show a scene in the house or something.
Yeah.
But it was clear that the father had passed because, I mean, why else do you have somebody's... It's the only picture you have on your mantle.
And also, you didn't see him at the beginning.
And he wasn't at the beginning. But I was kind of surprised that it actually took us into the mine and then the explosion. And then, of course, with the explosion, it brought us back to...
Yeah, I mean, it followed the miners as they were going down the shaft into the mine. And as the shaft exploded, so did Katniss's house. You fucking perv. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, go down that shaft. And then the shaft is going to explode. I'm sorry. I digress.
So yeah, as the shaft is as the shaft is exploding.
Sour Patch Kid?
So no thank you.
It'll explode in your mouth.
God damn it. Fuck you. Well,
Sorry, I'm good.
Yeah. Anyway, what else did the Hunger Games manage to do? David mentioned that it managed to make Elizabeth
Yes.
Elizabeth Banks ugly.
Yes, everything she's ever been in, I'm like, wow, that's an amazingly gorgeous woman. I don't know if I'm alone in that, but...
I would not think so.
Well, yeah, but who knows?
I'm
I'm probably not alone in that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, at first I didn't realize it was her. And slowly, as I was watching, I was just like, no, that's Elizabeth Banks. I knew she was in the movie,
but you didn't know that.
But I didn't realize that was her. I'm just like, she looks disgusting. And then Woody Harrelson kind of looked like a badass, which, I mean, he does from time to time, but he's normally that, like, usually has, like, a pot belly, and he does it. And I was just like, wow, way to go, Woody Harrelson. You look kind of cool.
It also took him a little while to realize that Lenny Kravitz was in the movie.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. What else has he been in? And he's been awesome.
Wait until the next, if you read the book.
Does he get more awesome?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to read the next book. Let's look up Lenny Kravitz and see what else he's been in. While David chews on his Sour Patch Kids.
I like Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see. Popular names. Leonard Albert Kravitz.
Wow. Who's his dad again? His dad was on a TV series.
Oh, he was in Precious. I remember that now.
I never saw Precious. I've seen bits of Precious, but I've never seen the entire thing.
It's a depressing movie.
I just really like watching, what's her name? Still that bucket of chicken.
What is it? Monica? Is it Monica?
I don't know how to pronounce it, and I kind of feel bad for that.
Why aren't you available?
Because you have shitty internet.
Fuck you, Comcast.
Oh, it's Comcast? I like Comcast better than most.
Well, that's what I got. It's not working, though.
That's why we have smartphones, David, with IMDb apps.
Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey?
So it's David's turn.
Yeah.
Look something up on his phone.
I'm looking it up.
David and I are both fans of the iPhone,
Yep.
even though we're both stuck on the 3G model.
It's fine. If you would update your phone, you'd be able to do some of the stuff the later ones can.
No, yeah. But,
What about... Oh, yeah, Hunger Games.
well, just look up Lenny Kravitz.
I can just go to the Hunger Games first.
You could go to Lenny Kravitz first.
I don't know how to spell his last name.
Kravitz.
Yeah, shut up. I got it. Hold on. How come Liam Hemsworth in that photo kind of looks like Joshua Hartnett or whatever? Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett. You're gonna be formal with Josh.
Where the hell are you, Lenny Kravitz? There you are. Let's see. Filmography. Precious. He was on the soundtrack of Bad Boys 2.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he was in the Rugrats movie.
What the fuck was he in the Rugrats movie?
Newborn baby voice. Precious, The Hunger Games, and the Blind Bastard Club coming out this year.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
Neither do I. Evidently, it has blind bastards.
Well, click on it. See what the fuck it is.
He plays a character called Jake.
Is there...
Rosario Dawson's in it.
Ooh.
Let's see here. I don't recognize the next two dudes. And that's
Okay.
it.
Does
Wait,
it
was
have-
that the dude from...
Dude from what? What are you thinking?
I don't know. It kind of looked like the dude... It kind of looked like he might have been in Sin City.
So, wait, does it have a plot thing?
No. Story is centered around a group of blind people who live on the edge. So Daredevil.
wait, a group of blind people who live on the edge?
Yeah, that's what it says.
So,
The Blind Bastard Club. So Lenny Kravitz just gets to wear those sunglasses he always wears. The entire movie.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah. So him, Rosario Dawson, and these two other people that we don't know are blind, living on the edge. That sounds like a Bono song.
All I can think of is the three blind mice walking around acting like a bunch of idiots in situations that they're unaware of.
I'd love to see that from like the outside person's perspective. Like these characters are probably doing like all this badass shit. Or at least they think they are. But yet, like if we were on the street, we'd be like, "What the hell are they doing? They're just jumping in the air." Yeah.
Speaking
Speaking,
of jumping in the air, John Carter.
John Carter. John Carter.
Everybody needs to go see that movie
Yeah.
before it goes away, which it'll happen soon.
The movie was actually a very good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's getting all this bad buzz. Granted, the publicity people kind of need to be shot. It was horribly marketed, I believe. I feel.
Did you know the reason they took out of Mars?
No.
They were They were afraid of alienating parts of the female audience.
Oh, because it's a science fiction film?
So they couldn't say John Carter of Mars. They could just say John Carter, which makes it sound like a Nicholas Sparks film.
Coach Carter? Who
No.
directed Coach Carter?
What the fuck?
I don't know. Sam Jackson was in my head, I guess. That was Sam Jackson in that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically Bad News Bears, but in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Unless Walter Matthau.
But yeah, John Carter was a hell of a lot better than any of us were really led to believe. I went in there because of the director, Andrew Stanton. He directed Finding Nemo and WALL-E. So the guy knows what the fuck he's doing when he's making a film.
I went in there with zero expectations and got dragged there by this guy. So, and I absolutely loved it. And I kind of thought the trailers looked like shit. So,
And not only that, but Michael Chabon worked on the script. And Michael Chabon is a Pulitzer-winning writer.
yeah.
Is it Pulitzer?
I don't know.
I mean, the motherfucker's good.
And I mean,
He wrote The Adventures of Cavalier Clay. He wrote the Yiddishman's Police Union. That guy.
what
can
other
write.
films has he?
Chabon? Actually, I think he worked on the Spider-Man 2 script too.
Oh, which is the best out of the three
Yeah.
Spider-Man movies.
But so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good creative people behind it, but they didn't really bring that up. Like, honestly, why don't you openly advertise by the director of Finding Nemo and WALL-E?
Especially since it was a Disney film and they could.
Yeah, I don't think I ever actually saw that in a trailer.
Neither do I.
And
But even though that's interesting because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing some ad for Mission Impossible where it said from the director of Incredibles.
who the director of Mission Impossible 4 is Brad Bird.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I've seen that in a trailer, which, I mean,
So
for
that-
one, it isn't even Disney, so...
Yeah, it's just that seemed. I mean, because like I just said, that was the main drawing point for me.
Yeah.
Was the director. And they failed to advertise the director, even though he had one hell of a resume. A short resume, but one hell of a resume.
Yeah. Even though I hate Finding Nemo.
Shut the fuck up.
What? You didn't know that?
You hate?
I do not like Finding Nemo. Hate's probably a strong word.
Why don't you like Finding Nemo?
It annoys me.
Why does it annoy you?
I don't know. I've only watched it the once. I've only seen it once, and it was in theaters the weekend it came out, and I
like kids crying or something. Was it
possibly it might have been the atmosphere, but as much as I love Ellen, she kind of annoyed me.
You didn't like Dory?
I did not. I wanted to fucking shoot that damn fish. I would go fishing as much as I hate fishing just to catch that fucking fish and cook it.
And cook.
Because I'm fat. I'd butter that fish up and I would eat it just so I couldn't fucking talk anymore.
I think there's several people who would slap you for saying that.
Probably. But it annoyed the hell out of me. But that's really my only reasoning.
Huh. But you didn't even like the stuff in the fish tank?
Okay, the stuff in the fish tank was cool.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
And God, who's the Raymond's brother?
Oh yeah, the dude from the 7-Up commercials.
Yeah.
Or Sprite, whatever it is. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna list off like a bunch of weird random movies and still not remember what the fuck the guy's name is.
And somehow get to Young Frankenstein. You know why, right?
No. Oh, because Frank was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
We're at 55 minutes, but it doesn't seem like we've covered everything that we've wanted to.
Oh, well, I don't know. These normally only an hour long.
Yeah, but we can also edit and whatnot. There's a lot that could probably be taken out.
I don't know. What would you take out?
What would I take out? I don't know. There's a lot of.
So the table?
Well, that would be way too often to. Like we're talking now, and I'm hitting the table. This is how it sounded. I'm assuming it sounded like for quite some time. So,
but
I don't know. There's a lot of white noise. It's just a lot of us not talking, and we still haven't. I don't think they know us. I don't think they know who we are.
So
So
maybe I don't want them to know.
maybe not. Maybe not.
But I don't know. I don't really think. I don't know. We reached the hour. We're good. Oh, David wants to talk about Community.
Well, I just figured we could pitch Community Thursday nights on NBC at 8:00. Everybody should check it out.
His Facebook wall is stuffed with Community stuff.
I
agree. Community is probably the best show on television.
It is the best show on television right now. Even though tomorrow,
Mad Men.
Mad Men returns.
Oh yeah.
How I've missed you, Don Draper.
You sexy, sexy motherfucker.
I agree.
Yes. Also, Christina Hendricks.
Oh, I know. Do you think those photos are real?
We're not going to discuss this.
All right. Good night, listeners. We need a tag.
Yeah.
We need a tag.
Say, don't stop. We
need a tag.
What the fuck is it? I mean, I got the opening.
I don't...
I can
what was our opening again?
Well, welcome to everybody to a
kind of epic show,
yeah,
or a kind of epic podcast.
Yeah. But
we need a slogan. We need like a.
We need a Babylon, motherfuckers. That's what Kevin Smith uses with Hollywood Babylon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I need to get caught up on his podcasts. I haven't listened since Full Sail.
you really need to listen to Hollywood Babylon.
Yeah, you think I'd enjoy it?
Him and Ralph Garman. That's my favorite one of the week.
Very nice.
You don't know who the hell Ralph Garman is, do you?
No, I don't think I do.
He's a radio personality in LA.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but he's awesome as hell.
Right
He does like a shit ton of impersonations. Like some of the episodes of Hollywood Babylon is him and Smith sitting in front of a crowd of people reading one of Smith's Batman comics, and Garmin will be reading it, and he'll do Adam West as Batman.
So did he do it when Bruce Wayne like pissed himself?
I don't think they haven't gotten to Wayne and Guy yet. There's some cacophony. They only did it twice.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, we'll do Adam West as Batman. He does Al Pacino for Maxie Zeus. And do you know who Ed Wynn is? I think let's go with the voice of the Mad Hatter. I think, and also,
on the TV series.
no, on the old Disney cartoon.
Oh, okay.
That and you remember Mary Poppins? I think it was Mary Poppins, where they went and visited an old man with glasses and a bald head, and like everything started to float up next to the ceiling. Very few people actually know who the fuck Ed Wynn is, or at least people our age. I barely know who he is. The only reason I know who he is because of Hollywood Babylon.
Name sounds familiar. I'm wondering if he's in something more recognizable than
But yeah, he
those
does.
to me.
He does Ed Wynn as the Joker.
Oh.
It's very, very funny, and he does a really good job acting. Like when Batman gets into those monologues and he's still in the Adam West voice.
Yeah.
He still manages to deliver it in a dramatic fashion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, hopefully we'll be back next week. And in 3 weeks, I don't think David will be joining me on the podcast because I'll be in Chicago for C2E2.
Yeah, you'll be there, and then the week before C2E2, I'm out of town.
We could do it before you leave.
You can try.
Yeah. I get off work at 10 o'clock.
I leave like Thursday night.
Oh. Well, yeah, we might miss a week. Well, he might miss a week. I might bring in somebody.
So you'll be the Kevin Smith of Smodcast, where Kevin Smith's the permanent voice. I'll be Mosier.
That's fine. Because, I mean, if I get an opportunity at C2E2 to sit down with John Bowerman, I'm going to. So...
My girlfriend's pissed.
Is she? Because
I think what she said on the text once when I mentioned that is she made
mentioned that we would get to meet him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She said she made like a weird whining noise. That was half snort, half whine. Where she was like,
we're working on getting in touch with his people, but no matter what, I'm going to go to a signing to get something signed. I'm not going to walk away from meeting him.
Also, by the way, for people who don't know, John Barrowman is Captain Jack
Harkness.
And if you don't know who Captain Jack Harkness is, then go watch Doctor Who.
Hey listeners, this is Micus, creator of the kind of epic theme song Zombie Kids. If you're interested in finding out more about my music, you can check me out at micusmusic.com. Also, I am on iTunes, Facebook, and SoundCloud. You can look me up as Micus Music, and that's Mikus, and you know the rest. Alright, peace out everyone, keep listening.
Hey everybody, this is David West again. Thank you for listening to Kind of Epic Show. If you want current, weekly episodes of Kind of Epic Show, go to iTunes and search Kind of Epic Show. We have a bunch of cool stuff, great interviews. The entire format kind of changes from this episode. But yeah, we get guests, pretty much. Anyways, you can find those on iTunes and Podomatic.com. Also on Sequel Buzz. A bunch of great content over on our other YouTube page, such as panels from conventions, interviews, original short films, all kinds of stuff. Go check it out, and I hope you guys keep listening. And hopefully, this is a good way to get our back catalog back on the web. Trying to think of something new. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Check out episode 2 next week.